From news and views, issues and opportunities, we'll have in-depth conversations with decision makers to find out what they know and what they think. I'm Rico Hizon, inviting you to join us for this Christmas edition of The Exchange, where we recognize the invaluable contribution of Filipinos overseas, because your business is our business. This OFW month, we pay tribute to our modern-day heroes and their sacrificial journey to give their families a better life, but at the expense of leaving them behind. A strong pillar of the economy, but severely battered by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Pares na tayo walang trabaho.
Ang bigat po sa pakiramdam yung gano'n.
As the global recession forces millions of Filipinos out of work, we take a closer look at options for our hurting heroes. Despite the hardship, Filipinos overseas keep on sending money to their families back home. How is the first state-run digital-only bank in the country serving our kababayans worldwide? And inspiring stories in a year of challenges. Two former OFWs find their fortune in real estate and now empower fellow Filipinos struggling in other countries. Starting a revolution of overseas Filipino winners in our C-Suite vision. The huge contribution of OFWs to our economy comes at a price. The time they're away from family is something that money can't buy. And now the pandemic has also hit them hard and forced them to come back to begin life again at home. Let's explore job and livelihood opportunities available for our hurting heroes in an exchange with OWA Administrator Hans Kakdak. Administrator, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Libo-libong mga OFWs na ang na-repatriate sa bansa. Ilan na pong OFWs na itulong ng abot kamay ang pagtulong program sa mga nawala ng trabaho dahil sa pandemya?
My warmest greetings to you, Sir Rico, and to your televiewers. Sa ngayon po, as of today, mga 360,000 na po ang natulungan ng DOLE OWA at ng interagency effort as mandated by President Duterte, DFA, DOTR, DOH, DILG, DND, AFP, PNP, all together to do everything that we can for the safe and smooth return or transition home of our dear OFW. So it's 360,000 at the beginning of today.
Marami na po yan, 360,000, Sir Hans. May tanong po si Noel Tolentino, isang crane operator sa Africa. Ang tanong niya po ay hindi po siya pa nakakatanggap ng tulong sa gobyerno. Let's listen to him.
Paano makakahingi ng tulong o ayuda galing sa gobyerno ang isang OFW na katulad ko?
So saan po pupunta, Administrator, si Noel para mabigyan ng ayuda?
Okay, sisimulan ko sa tulong na ibinibigay na natin. Unang-una, the most visible form of help: food, transport, accommodation assistance by the OWA, DOLE OWA, and the interagency effort under IATF that I just mentioned. We serve around 8 to 10,000 OFWs every day. Those arriving in NAIA, those staying in hotel quarantine facilities while awaiting swab test results, mandatory swab test results, and those transported to their home regions. Second, yung ating financial assistance. That is a program initiated by Secretary Bello, yung 10,000 pesos financial assistance for returning displaced OFWs. Then we have two other social benefit measures, yung scholarship, yung collegiate level financial aid for dependents of displaced OFWs, and lastly, livelihood, yung individual and group livelihood grants. Yung individual ay 20,000 peso micro grant, and yung group livelihood is 100,000 peso to 1 million peso livelihood grant. And the short answer to the question is, nasa owa.gov.ph po ang requirements and processes para malaman natin. It will be an online, electronically governed process of evaluation, approval, and release of the funds. Hindi ko kailangan magtungo sa any OWA office. Dahil sa panahon ng pandemya, we want to lessen human contact as much as we can. So owa.gov.ph, puntahan lang po ang ating website to know about the processes and requirements. It's a purely online process and system.
So, Sir Hans, si Manny Makato, nawalan na ng trabaho bilang isang seafarer. Ngayon, nagbebenta siya ng mga t-shirts online. Meron po siyang tanong.
Bigat po sa pakiramdam yung gano'n. Yung nakasanayan mo nang gawin, biglang huminto yung buhay mo dahil sa ganitong nangyayari sa buhay natin.
Ayan po, huminto yung kanyang buhay. Ngayon bumalik siya dito sa Pilipinas. Gusto pong malaman ni Manny, Sir Hans, kung magkakaroon pa ng redeployment ng mga seafarers at ano po pa ang mga job opportunities ngayong available sa ibang bansa for OFWs.
Yes, seafaring or the sea-based sector is one industry that we know for sure na kailangan pa rin talaga sila ng kanilang mga ship owners, yung mga global seafarers na, as you know, 30%, could be even be 40% of seafarers around the world are Filipinos. In Japan, 75% of seafarers manning Japanese international vessels are Filipinos. So, in demand pa ho, yung pandemya naman ay hindi nagresulta ng lamat o pagkasira ng relasyon o ugnayan between the ship owner and the seafarer. Talagang yung pandemya lang ang kumbagay pumutol o nag-temporary displacement sa kanila. So meaning, talagang hinihintay lang ng ang mga ship owners, yung mga cruise ship operators, hinihintay lamang. In fact, meron ng mga nagsimula. Meron ng mga nanunumbalik sa kanilang mga commercial vessels, merchant vessels, and cruise ships. So dahan-dahan na pong nanunumbalik. And if I may just point out, si Sir na merong t-shirt business, pwede rin ho nating tulungan doon sa mga livelihood programs na binanggit ko. Lalo na yung individual at yung group livelihood programs natin. So magtungo lang po sa owa.gov.ph.
Sir Hans, what about other job opportunities for overseas Filipino workers who lost their jobs overseas and now are back in the Philippines and want to be redeployed? Which countries in Asia or around the world are there job opportunities and in which sectors?
Well, nabanggit ho ni Secretary Bello sa isang recent interviews na nagsisikap ang Department of Labor at POEA na magbukas ng mga bagong merkado. Eastern Europe, for instance, I was witness to the visits of ambassadors to sa DOLE. Halaw yung mga ambassadors ng some Eastern European countries such as Romania and Czechoslovakia and Czech Republic, who are interested in hiring Filipinos, who are opening up their markets to Filipinos because they realize the quality of Filipino workers, the global of Filipino workers. So, meron hong mga markets na nagbubukas. Of course, the Middle East, we're glad to note that the pandemic situation there, the pandemic recovery or pandemic efforts to fight the pandemic are making headway. Saudi, for instance, is improving, and so is UAE and Kuwait. So when that happens in the coming months, and we know that the vaccine is coming in, we know that the global labor market will open up, will improve, and that includes a very robust employment climate for our OFWs.
Thank you so much for this insightful exchange for job opportunities for OFWs, OWA Administrator Hans Kakdak. And now here's a rundown of the week's top business stories. The World Bank expects the Philippine economy to grow by 5.9% next year and 6% in 2022, following a recession this year. A House committee has approved a bill seeking a 25% discount on the personal income tax of frontliners. And Meralco has cut its power rates this month just in time for the holidays. And straight ahead, find out how this bank without a physical branch is serving our kababayans around the world. And what are the most popular Google searches in 2020? Keep it right here on CNN Philippines. News you can trust.
Makakatulong sa Pilipinas dahil nagpapasok sila ng sahod.
Yung mga balikbayan boxes na pinapadala nila, nakakatulong din yun.
Sila po ang nagdadala ng mga remittances po dito sa ating bansa.
Singapore na kahit mahirap ay kinaya ang paglayo sa mga anak niya para mabigyan ng mas magandang kinabukasan at mabigay ang pangangailangan ng kanyang mga pamilya.
Thank you for all your sacrifice and all your hard work. We love you so much.
Thank you is not enough para i-describe ko pa para namin na-appreciate lahat ng mga effort na ginagawa niyo sa pamilya.
We are honoring OFWs in this special edition of The Exchange, where your business is our business. A Filipino nurse administered the first COVID-19 vaccine in the United Kingdom. May Parsons gave 90-year-old Margaret Keenan the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, which the UK had approved for emergency use. Well, money sent home by OFWs helped keep the economy afloat. Amid this COVID-19 crisis, many are still finding a way to support their families this holiday season. With everything going digital, one way to send these dollars is through online channels. Let's now have an exchange with Overseas Filipino Bank President Laila Martin. Ms. Martin, maraming salamat po for joining us on the program. Ano po ang mga benefits para sa ating mga OFWs kung magbubukas sila ng online account sa OF Bank?
Yes, Rico. Ang OF Bank po ay pinadali at pinabilis na po ang pagkakaroon ng isang savings account para sa ating mga kababayan. Pandemic po ngayon at amidst pandemic po, nilaunch po ng gobyerno, ng ating gobyerno, ang Overseas Filipino Bank online account opening. Hindi na po kayo kailangan pumunta sa anumang physical na sangay ng bangko, sa Pilipinas man o sa abroad. Makakapag-open na po kayo ng account, walang required opening deposit, no maintaining balance requirement, at ang fund transfer po from one account, OF Bank account to another OF Bank account or to another Land Bank account ay free of charge. Pag-open po ng account, ang kailangan nyo lang pong malaman o ma-download ay ang mobile banking application po ng OF Bank. Punta lang po kayo sa Google or Apple Store. I-download nyo po. Sundin nyo lang po ang mga instructions na makikita nyo doon. At in less than 10 minutes, ginagaranti po namin kayo. Makakapag-open na po kayo ng account.
Ms. Martin, hindi pala po mahirap magbukas ng digital account sa OF Bank. May tanong po dito si Cerise Araneta na may OFW na kamag-anak.
Kapag nagpadala po ng money yung tita ko, paano ko makakapag-withdraw if walang branch yung bangko?
So yun po, tanong ni Cerise, paano po sila pwedeng mag-withdraw sa bank account ng kanilang kamag-anak? Pwede po ba?
Yeah. Pagka may deposito na po ang account na nasa OF Bank, yung kamag-anak o beneficiary na nasa Pilipinas can do withdrawal transactions in any ATM po sa Pilipinas at pwede din po siyang mag-withdraw over the counter kahit na anong sangay po ng Land Bank of the Philippines.
Ayan, hindi pala po mahirap. Kung meron kayong kamag-anak dito, pwede siyang mag-withdraw dun sa OFW overseas. May tanong po si Apollo, Ms. Martin, tungkol po sa interest sa kanilang deposit.
Kung meron ako i-deposit, magkakaroon ba yun ng interest?
So, Ms. Martin, kikita po ba ang account ni Apollo ng interest kung meron siyang deposit sa OF Bank?
Oo. Nagkakaroon pa rin ho ng interest sa mga deposito pero sumusunod ho yun kung ano po ang interest sa industriya. So kung ang account po ninyo ay nasa isang regular account, ATM account, hindi ho natin ma-expect na mataas po ang interest po noon. Katulad po sa ibang bangko, ang mga interest po ay sumusunod lang po sa dikta po ng ekonomiya ng bansa. Pero pwede hong mag-invest ang mga OFWs sa mga investment facilities na katulad po ng premium bonds na nilauncho ng BTR noong December 11, noong November 11 at mag-e-end po siya actually ngayong araw na to, December 11.
Maraming salamat po for this informative money exchange. Overseas Filipino Bank President Laila Martin. And still ahead on the exchange where your business is our business, These former OFWs broke ground in real estate. Now they're inspiring fellow Filipinos struggling overseas. And what were most Filipinos most curious about this year? Find out after the quick break. Stay with us on CNN Philippines. News you can trust. Glad you're staying with us for this special edition of The Exchange, where your business is our business. A Merry Christmas for Apple fans. The new AirPods are here. The new Max model comes with noise cancellation and the transparency mode, which allows users to hear part of their surroundings. And yes, it can activate Siri as well. These former OFWs found fortune in real estate, and now they're empowering fellow Filipinos struggling overseas. Let's now have an exchange with Terence Ray Lim and Tet Kudiamat Lim. Maraming salamat to both of you. Terence, Tet, Kahanga-hanga ang mga istorya ninyo, mga OFW sa Milan, Italy, naglilinis ng bahay at bodegero. Ngayon, successful entrepreneurs. Terence, let's start off with you. Bakit inyo naisipan to be financially independent and be your own boss?
Ganito kasi, Rico, no? Di ba, Rico, pag alis natin ng bansa, I know, OFW din kayo, di ba? So, pag alis natin ng bansa, ang iniisip natin ay 5 taon lang ako. 10 years lang ako, stepping stone lang to, babalik din ako sa Pilipinas, tapos na. Pero in reality, ano nangyayari sa atin? Umaabot tayo hanggang pagtanda natin, nasa abroad pa rin tayo. Oo. Gusto natin umuwi sa Pilipinas, pero hindi tayo makakauwi. So this is what we started. We started a fight na gusto namin lahat ng mga OFW babalik sa Pilipinas while they're young, free and rich, and never have to work abroad again.
Ayan, hindi ba, Tet? Laban OFWs, free, rich revolution. Pero how do you go about this? I'm sure it's not easy, Tet.
Yes, kasi po we experienced being an OFW in Milan, Italy, me personally for 15 years. And dito po nakita namin what is the right formula to help many here with freedom and with enough money to survive staying in the Philippines and retirement. So we teach them a lot of trainings. We share what we have experienced in life. So we give free seminars. We have 3 M's, which is the teaching them the milestone, educating them, and then we teach them how to do the missions, helping the poor Filipinos. And then number 3, the most important to change their life is how to earn millions through our freedom business.
Ayan. Nako, maraming kayong natuturuan mga overseas Filipino workers at mga Pinoy dito sa Pilipinas. Terence, marami sa ating mga kababayan ang balik Pilipinas kasi nawalan ng trabaho dahil sa pandemya. What is your advice for them kung gusto nilang magtayo ng negosyo?
Ganito kasi, no? Parang ang sagot ko sa dito, Rico, is it depends.
Oo.
It depends kasi wala namang cookie cutter, wala namang one size fits all. So ang unang tanong ko sa kanila, if eto bang pagnenegosyo nyo, is this your first time? And karamihan, ang sagot sa akin is 90% of the time is ito yung first time nila. So pag nagnegosyo ka, and normally if you go into a traditional business, no, ang business na magpo-poultry ka, magpipiggery ka, grocery store ka, it takes a lot of capital. And it takes a lot of experience. So pag sinama-sama mo yung malaking capital, malaking experience, sa first time na magnenegosyo, ano kaya yung resulta? Ang resulta dyan ay bankrupt. No? Bago pa umabot yung success, no, na talaga, wala ng capital. So normally, what I recommend to them is to go into a freedom business. Ang freedom business kasi is may produkto. Ibang tao ang may produkto. May kliyente. Sa gitna ka lang. No? Yung sa gitna ka, ikaw yung mag-limit ng dalawa and you earn commission and you earn a profit. Ito yung tinatawag natin pag-ahente. Ito yung tinatawag natin negosyo na walang kapital, negosyo na laway lang ang kapital. So, I would recommend to them to go into freedom business.
Terence and Tet, you are an inspiration to all overseas Filipino workers here and abroad. Maraming salamat sa inyo for this inspiring exchange. Terence Ray Lim and Tet Kudyamat Lim. Well, Google has revealed the top trends in the Philippines this year, and COVID-19 isn't number 1. Filipinos searched U.S. election 2020 the most, and this was followed by NBA score. Coronavirus ranked 3rd, then DepEd Commons and Taal Volcano. However, the virus topped searches worldwide. And this is The Exchange. We make sense of the facts and the figures and the ups and downs of the business cycle because your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays as we continue to honor our kababayans around the world for their hard work and sacrifices. They are our modern-day heroes. This is CNN Philippines. News you can use, news you can trust.